Okay, hello and welcome back everyone to our second video on how to create a membership management application using Five. So in our previous video, we learned how to get started with Five and creating our first members table in Five. So today we'll be talking about forms. So forms are actually relatively pretty simple. We use forms to create, edit, and retrieve data. So let's get started by clicking on forms on this on the top here. And then to create a first form, we're going to click on a new form wizard. Then we're going to add a table to which a form will be associated with. So we're going to select a members table that we made in the previous video. And now Five basically fills up the rest of the information for us. So we don't have to do anything here. And we can click on next by clicking on this arrow. And now we have all of the fields from our members table. So we don't have to do much around here. The only change I'll make here is make email as a required field. So it is necessary for the user to provide us with an email. Then let us now save our form by clicking on save. And now since our form has been saved, that's pretty much it for our forms. Let us run the app and see how things look like. To know how to run our app, we'll click on this play icon here. And now Five starts spinning up a local application on your computer. Okay, so this is what your app will look like once you run it. On the left hand side, you can see a menu with members written on it. I'll cover this later in this video. And on this side, this is your form. Now, since you have no data, this looks really empty. So let us add some data in it. We can do that by clicking on this plus icon here. And now we have all our fields. Let us fill them. Name can be anything. I'll write John Doe. Let us give it an email, john@lorem.com. Any phone number. Now the time and the status should ideally be filled in automatically, but the status should be pending and the time should be the current time when the user fills an application. But for now, let us fill them manually. Let us pick up any date, which is 16th and 4 p.m. And we'll give the status of the application as pending. And save this. Now you can see the name John Doe appears over here. Let us add one more data to see how things are handled here. So let's create more. I'm gonna name this Jane Doe. Jane@lorem.com. A phone number, and then fill in our date and time, and the status as pending as well. Okay. Now you can see both of your data, Jane and John. So if you click on John, you'll see the information for John, and you will see, if you select Jane, you'll see the information for Jane. So relatively very simple and a very easy to use interface. So now let's talk about the menus. Okay, so menus are very similar to what you see on the right hand side, on the left hand side on Five over here. So basically there are menu items in which you'll click and you will see that relative feature. So menus, you'll see, if you click on menus, you'll see that there is already a members menu here. Five automatically creates a menu for you when you make a form. Yeah, so this is a menu. So let us edit the information here and give it a more appropriate name. I'm going to name it application form, but again, feel free to name it anything you want. And let us give it the same ID. The menu order is the order in which the menu item will appear over here. So for this context, the forms will have the first menu order and charts will have the second menu order. And the action is what it displays. In this context, it will display the form. And let's save it and run it again. And now you can see the menu name has been changed to application form. So again, really simple, and that's it for today's video. If you like the content, make sure to stay tuned for our next video, in which we'll cover forms in more detail. And till then, thank you and see you guys soon.